Hi everyone, welcome to an introduction to HTML. So let's get right down to it. What is HTML? Well, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and that doesn't really tell you what it is, it tells you what it stands for. What it is this stuff. Everything that you look at on a web page is HTML of some sort. If I take a peek at this paragraph, that's HTML. If I take a look at any of these buttons, anything on this website, Amazon.com, Facebook.com, Reddit, whatever you like to look at on the internet, on your web browser, either on your computer or your phone, is HTML. And so HTML you can kind of think of as the backbone of the internet. It is what gives web pages their structure, and everything's kind of built on top of HTML. Without HTML, you don't have you don't browse the internet. You don't have web pages. You could still have an internet, but it wouldn't be nearly as popular as it was today without HTML. So let's get right into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is use your Visual Studio Code. And so there's a couple ways you can do it. You can open it right up and use it. Personally, I like to go to it on I like to use my my terminal to open up my VS Code, which I'll show you how to do in a second. So before you'd even bother, I would say following along with this video and coding out yourself, pick a place in your computer where you're gonna kind of put all your class stuff. So for me, that's in my classes folder. So open up your terminal, your git bash, and cd to wherever it is that you are gonna put all this material. And I use code space dot to open up my VS Code, and I have that folder open up and can access to it. Now this won't be immediately available for Mac users, and so if you are in that boat, you will type Command-Shift-P while you're in Visual Studio Code and click this install code command in path. That will allow you to do that handy shortcut. So finally, let's get into some HTML. So you'll have an empty folder, and all you need to do to make a new HTML file is here in your space, or you can do file, new file, whatever you want to do. Just right click, click new file, and we will make our first HTML file. And I'm just going to call it index.html, and we're done. I mean, not really, but that's 50% of the battle. So what's important is that we're using files, and you want to give that file a name and an extension. So .html tells Visual Studio Code as well as your computer that this will be an HTML file. And so an HTML file consists of a number of things at the most basic structure, and you won't have to remember this at all except at a high level. So HTML structures HTML files include a doc type, so they all start like this: bracket, exclamation point, doc type, HTML. Again, don't remember, or don't memorize that. You just saw me do a Visual Studio Code shortcut, and even though I do have this memorized, you don't need to. And then they have you have three main tags, and a little more on tags in a second, but you have the HTML tag, which holds the whole file, and that HTML tag has a head tag, and it has a body tag. And this is all you need to really to get a HTML file going. And so that's where I'll end my first video. This is just a brief overview of HTML and what it is, how you can make an HTML file in your Visual Studio Code and what it looks like at its barest bones. So we will go into more detail on what all this stuff is in the next video.